So what you're going to do, the structure is this. You're going to hand the piece of paper up to me. Bradley's going to hand it back, and then it's going to go back to me. Then you're going to come up here. You're going to introduce yourself to us. Say your first and last name. Say the name of your play and the author. Or you can even say, today I'm doing a monologue from this play written by so-and-so. And then turn around, take a breath of emotional preparation. Okay, I gotta be enraged, I gotta be excited, I gotta be thrilled, whatever your emotional preparation is. And then turn around and crush it. Some of you have asked me, where is your imaginary scene partner? Well, it depends on the scene. Sometimes they're more like right down here, and I'm talking to this person, right? Sometimes they're down left. I'm talking to this person. Most of the time, I would just use that TV. Pretend like your scene partner is right at that TV. Those of you who don't know the inner workings or super secret surprises of how we work on these musicals is that the conductor, anybody turn around and see it during the show? The conductor, we have a video on the conductor, video camera on the conductor at all times. So she's back here flapping her hands with the live musicians. We have a camera in her face, and then we project it on that TV. That's actually literally not projection, but you know what I mean. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 1 minute. During this 1 minute, I want you to reconnect to breath. Right now, your head is moving a mile a minute, a zillion miles a second for some of you. Some of you just want me to shut up because you're excited to act. But the rest of you are genuinely nervous right now. And for some of you, look, being nervous is exactly your emotional preparation, so you don't even have to do much work. Just be nervous, right, if you already are. But some of you need to have some confidence. Some of you need to have some swagger or whatever for your monologues, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to have a minute of silence. During this minute of silence, I'd like you to do some mindful meditation, okay? I'd like you to become aware of your own breath coming in and out. And every time your brain freaks out, every time your brain goes to a different topic, whether it's the monologue, whether it's your math test later today, whether it's your bank balance, sorry. We have like 3 days a month where we're like popping, and then the rest of the month we're like, well, gotta spend money. Stop spending money, I mean, right? So I get it on a different level, okay? Whatever it is, your roommate, your boyfriend, your mom, whatever it is that's going through your head, freaking you out, distracting you. Or even if it's pleasant thoughts, right? Ooh, I hope so-and-so's here today in my next class so I can flirt with them. Ooh, I wonder if I should ask them out. Ooh, my Tinder match. I don't know. Whatever is going through your head, every time that happens in the next 1 minute, I want you to say no thank you and instead choose breath. Mine is racing right now, myself. 2 of the topics that went through my brain, even though I told my brain, let's worry about that later, right? It's very hard to do this while you're teaching, right? Because all I'm doing is trying to think of the next thing. 2 things. Number 1, if you make a mistake, try to stay in it. Try to make it seem like it's supposed to happen. If you forget your lines, act up a storm for a moment. Meaning, I know my line, I know my line, I know my line. Try to stay in it. Don't, I'm in my monologue, I'm doing it, I'm crushing it. Oh crap, I forgot my lines again. Right? Don't do that. Right? It's kind of like when you blow coverage on defense for football or honestly for almost any sport. Right? You want to be like, oh, I missed it. Or you want to try to catch up with the person you're supposed to defend. You're going to at least try. Even if you're 10 yards behind them and you know they're going to score, you're going to try, right? And dive for their feet at the last second, right? You got to do the same thing with this work. And thing number 2, if you want to give us a popcorn test version of the monologue, go ahead. Meaning, if you want to give us a micro 4.5, 6-second summary of what this monologue is, that's also okay. And I'll be accepting volunteers. Have you ever sat in a classroom like this and you know that your teacher is saying something important and you have a good intention and you want to listen, but the reality is life is just too distracting? Too many things are going through your brains at once? I had kind of a lazy Veterans Day weekend. Hoorah, thanks for your service.
You're welcome.
And yet, I Well, it's just kind of dark. I get dark this time of year. November is always tough for me, right?
It's your birthday.
Days are shorter. I know. It should be exciting. My point is this. I spent too much time this weekend thinking about the past or the future. I spent too much time playing the stupid game on my phone and watching YouTube videos on my Roku over and over and over again. You know, anybody else ever been down that rabbit hole?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll say to myself, oh, we don't even have time to watch a sitcom, but let's just watch a couple YouTube videos. Next thing I know, 4 hours later, we stayed up too late.
You got me hooked on fear pong.
Oh, fear pong, yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to.